everyone. My name is Chloe, and welcome to the start of another weekly reading vlog. So, as you see, I'm in my garage. The garage door is open. It's like 75 and beautiful. However, it is so windy again. I guess just Kansas in the spring, it's windy. I need to come to terms with it. So, Ainsley and she had dance class this morning, and the teacher didn't show up. So, we came home and put Annie down, and Jeremy's working in the basement, so he kept the monitor, and Ainsley and I went for a bike ride. She rode her bike and I walked, and up until now, we've always been like, we can't keep up. But truthfully, now she's getting so fast that it is I'm going to have to start jogging. And so, we did that for a while, but then it was just so windy that she wanted to come home, and it was so funny. We live in suburbia, hardcore, and we live in an area that I feel like is very, very safe. And yet this van slowed down and was creeping on us. And so I got my phone out immediately and called Jeremy and was like, hey, do we know anybody in a white Dodge van? And it was my brother-in-law. And so we had avoided him, and it took me a really long time for that to click because it's a work van for him. So whatever. So we saw him, but we did not talk to him. And so then we came home, and Ainsley has been working on her little construction site in the garage, and we've got the garage door open, and it's protecting us from the wind, but allowing us to enjoy the day. So I think we I don't know. We might eat lunch outside, but we might not because today's going to be a little bit weird for lunchtime. So anyway, I think that's everything life-wise. It's just a beautiful day, and spring is sprung. Flowers are starting to bloom, and we've got this whole area of our neighborhood that the street is lined in really pretty flowers, and they're all starting to bloom. So it was really fun to see that. And that's about it. So as far as reading goes, at the end of the last vlog, I was reading Because You're Mine by Rhea Frey. And I finished that last night, and I think I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. I really don't know what to rate it because it is a thriller. Basically about this woman who has a son who is on the autism spectrum. He's got a very sensitive, he's very sensitive to everything, and he needs routine and needs predictability, and sensory stuff is very hard for him. And so to kind of accommodate that, she has an occupational therapist that comes to their house and homeschools him. And Grace is her friend, and she is very close to the family and a best friend and helps quite a bit. So it's about these two women. They are the single moms in a friend group. And so the friend group is hey, let's go for a girls' weekend. And Grace is pushing Lee to do it because Lee completely lives for her son. And so she's let's go. Lee is very, very hesitant to do so. But Noah says, hey, I'll take care of Mason, the son. And Mason's yeah, bye, Mom, go. And so she goes. And then we find out that 48 hours later, somebody is dead. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you who or how or what or any of that kind of stuff, but we get elements of the past, we get little blurbs, I guess, of the present, and then we get way past, and also we're working forward on this girls' weekend to see what happened. And I didn't think the timeline was confusing at all. And honestly, my complaint about this book is almost that there's too much going on. But it's always easy to be straight, to keep straight in your head. It's not confusing, but writing my review, I'm this was a lot going on. Very, very unlikely. And something about the characters was just kind of missing for me. We were held at a distance from all of them because we knew that they were all keeping secrets from us. And so it's we didn't really know any of them, and we couldn't really connect with any of them or root for any of them. And there were some emotional elements, but it almost felt is this real or is it fake? And so I really, I did not see the twist coming. And so I enjoyed my reading process, but I feel it's ultimately pretty forgettable because I was just kind of lacking that connection to the story. And I felt that way as I was reading it too. So 3.5 stars. I've only got one friend that has read it, and I think she felt somewhat similar. Her review sounded somewhat similar. And so I'd be really interested. If you guys have read it, let me know what you think. So then I started A Princess for Christmas by Jenny Holiday. And I had to text Nicole from the Girly Girl Bookworm this morning because I was is this supposed to be a part of the Princess Diaries? Because basically it's about this guy. He is a cab driver as well as he's the super in their building in New York. and he has custody of his sister because their parents have died. And so he's got custody of his sister. They are just barely getting by, just very, very poor and just trying to make ends meet. And then one day, he's like not on duty with his cab, but this girl is like waving her arm, being a lunatic, trying to get a cab. And so his sister is like, let's pick her up. So they pick her up, and lo and behold, it is a princess. And she's a princess of a made-up country that I think is the same or very similar as the one in the Princess Diaries. These don't have anything to do with each other, but her name is Marie, I think. And anyway, so she is there trying to do a couple different things, because in the country, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman who will be the next in line for the throne. And so she is next in line for the throne. So she's really trying to do things that her dad used to do or would do. He's still alive. But anyway, so it's the romance between the princess and the poor guy. And so far, so good. It's just, for some reason, it's kind of, again, like I'm not connecting to it. And I don't know if it's the writing style. I don't think I've read any other Jenny Holidays. And so far, there's nothing about Christmas that has been mentioned. But that is what I'm reading. Yeah, so now we are just going to play outside for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to make lunch, and we're just going to try to spend as much time as possible, because today and tomorrow are both going to be really nice, and then it's going to get really cold and rainy again. So all of our sniffles are a lot better. Like we're still on the mend, but I can't tell how much of it is our cold and how much of it is just these temperature shifts and everything blooming. Like we all kind of have seasonal allergies, so who knows what's going on, but that is that. I will check in later. Hey everyone, it is Tuesday and it's like 4:30 and we are just sitting outside playing for a little bit. Today is a weird day. So we had a park date scheduled for today and woke up and there were thunderstorms everywhere, and they were completely not in the forecast at all. Have no idea what's going on, and it's been raining all day. So what do you do when it's an unexpected rain day? You go to Target and buy rain boots and splash in some puddles. So that's what we did. And as Target always does, it sucked us in, and I may or may not have bought matching outfits for me, Ainsley, and Annie. But we also bought rain boots, and let's see, we didn't really get anything else that was super fun, but we did that, and then came and played in the puddles, ate lunch. Like, that was really our morning. We didn't do a whole lot because the weather has just been crummy, and it is still so windy, which whatever, but so that's what we've been doing. As far as reading goes, I finished Princess for Christmas by Jenny Holiday, and I'm giving it 2.5 stars. I really did not like it. So this book, like, the premise sounded good, and there were parts of it that were really sweet and charming and delightful, but overall, I did not like it. It was not the book for me. So like I said, it's kind of a princess meets poor guy just by happenstance, and they have a romance. And my favorite part, honestly, was his little sister that he has custody of. The princess and her, like, kind of bond, and I really liked that. But basically, this country that she's from has this extravagant Christmas celebration and stuff. So they go to the country for Christmas, and it was just okay. Like, I felt like it was very unoriginal, but really the parts that I did not like was the steamy parts got very, very crass and very, very steamy, and I don't like that. And they also used the curse word that uses the Lord's name in vain, and I really, really cannot stand that curse word. And they used it like 5 times. I don't even know. It was a lot, and I just feel like there's better word choice, and I just really did not like that part. And like I said, it's just kind of felt like unoriginal and not that great. And so 2.5 stars on that one. Done with that. So then I picked up A Secret History of Witches, and I DNF'd it, you guys. I read a couple chapters and then decided I like just don't like the writing style. It wasn't for me. Again, nothing wrong with that book. It was just completely a writing style preference issue. So I was really hesitant about that one anyway. It's really thick. It has deckled edges. And so I'm just going to let that one go. Unlike my other DNF of the year, it's not because I didn't like it. I just couldn't get on with the writing style. And I was already feeling sloggy, and it's so long that I knew I couldn't make it through. So then I picked up The Year of Fog by Michelle Richmond. And I barely started this one, but it is about a woman who is engaged to this guy, and he's got a daughter, and under her watch, the daughter goes missing. So that's all I know so far. And I'm intrigued, but I'm not very far in. So that is everything reading wise. We're just going to stay and play outside, I think, for a little bit longer, and then go in and make dinner and let that be that. So I will check in later. You guys, it is Thursday, and this situation is just mood, you guys. So it is not windy today, but it has been off and on rain, and it's like 45 degrees. So we just can't win, but we are outside when we can. And so here we are. It's almost 5 o'clock, and I'm just about to go in and make dinner. I'm making broccoli cheese stuffed baked potatoes with leftover soup, and it's vegan. Like, I'm making like a vegan cheese thing. So I have to get that started, but I thought I would just get on and tell you about our day. So I knew today was going to be crummy weather. Unlike yesterday, it was not a surprise. So I was like, what can I do all day? So I made a ball chute, which we are calling our Very Hungry Caterpillar. And I put it at the top of the stairs and did it down. So we have been dropping things down the Very Hungry Caterpillar and seeing how far they bounce. And it's been so fun, except a couple things have gotten stuck, so we've had to change it up. But it's been really, really fun. So we did that. We did a beach body workout. We colored. Ainsley, my 3-year-old, she is just all about the coziness. And so she was like, let's just get a pile of books and read. Okay. So we did that. And that's about it. So as far as reading goes, I finished A Year of Fog by Michelle Richmond. And I'm giving it 3 stars, and I don't really know. So this is about, like I said, a woman who is engaged to this guy. He's got a 6-year-old daughter. She and the daughter are at the beach. It's in San Francisco, where the fog is terrible. And so she looks down to take a picture of this baby seal, I think, and the little girl goes missing. And so she just instantly knows something is bad, and this little girl is gone without a trace. And the rest of the book is just her trying to figure out what happened, because the police are saying she drowned, because this is a really volatile area of the beach. She drowned, everything, case closed. And she's like, no, I know she didn't drown. I know she was kidnapped, and I know she's alive. So the whole book, she is trying to find out what happened. But interspersed throughout the whole book is parts of her past and just explorations of, she's a photographer, so there's the science behind memory and exploration of the idea of perception being in the eye of the beholder. So all of that, because she feels a profound sense of loss, and she feels a lot of guilt about this little girl going missing, and with valid reason, because people her dad and stuff are not treating her, the girl's dad is not treating her great and stuff, so, and they're really blaming her. But so we are told bits about her past, as well as these these ideas around memory and these ideas around perception. And while I get why the author did it, for sure, because the bits about her past really help us as the reader to understand why loss is such a big deal to her. And I mean, not that it wouldn't be to anybody, but you know what I'm saying, other losses she has experienced in her life. And the bits about memory and perception and thing all cause you as the reader to question, could this happen to me? What would I do? How, what would happen? How would I feel if I was the other person? How would I feel? What would I do? All that kind of stuff. All that to say, it was really boring and repetitive for most of the book. Really, really boring and repetitive for most of the book. And I really wanted to know what happened to the little girl, but the middle was so much of the same and so slow that I was seriously considering just jumping to the last couple chapters and seeing what happened. And then when we get to the ending, I was really expecting a big twist or something, and it was just pretty convenient. So 3 stars on that. I don't know. Like, upon reflection, I really see what the author was trying to do. I just don't think she was very successful in doing it. I think it could have been a little bit shorter, and we needed some sort of something to keep the plot rolling in the middle. I don't really know. Like, I don't know what could have made the middle better, but that's that. So I was just about to close out this vlog because I thought it was Thursday, and it's Wednesday, I think. I don't know what I just said at the beginning, if it's Wednesday or Thursday, but I'm 99% sure it's Wednesday. So I'm not going to close out this vlog. Instead, what I'm going to do is go inside, get my kids, and then tonight I'm starting Written in the Stars. And I'm buddy reading this with Dana from Dana Quadrado, I think is how you say her last name. I'm sorry, Dana, if I just butchered that. But and I'm so excited because I've never buddy read with her. And this is a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time. So I don't really know a whole lot about it, except it's a sapphic romance and it has to do with astrology. So I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. So I will check in tomorrow and let you know. Hey everyone, it is Thursday and it's like 1:20. I'm just running up here to film a couple things really quick before nap time, and that's about it. So today is cold and rainy and gross, and we had dance class and then came home, put Annie down for a nap, and then Ainsley and I went to the grocery store and it was swamped. Like, I came home and I'm like, is it Friday? Is it Saturday? Is it something going on? Like, there were so many people there. But thankfully, well, I have not been in a grocery store in, I think maybe once or twice in the past year and a half or whatever, year and a month. And so going in there, I came home and I'm like, Jeremy, I get marketed so dang hard at the grocery store. Like, they had Gushers, buy one, get one free or something. And I'm like, we don't need that. Nobody in this house needs that. Yet I wanted to buy them. And luckily I took in 2 bags, and like I had Ainsley's hand and then 2 bags, and that, like, so I couldn't buy very much stuff, but like I get marketed so hard on sales. So online shopping, I think I'm going to continue as long as they like allow us to, because I just feel like I save so much money. So we went to the grocery store, came home, made lunch. I let Ainsley pick anything she wanted because she has just been great. Like, she did great at dance class. She was great waiting for me to put Annie down. Like, she just has had a great day. So I let her pick anything she wanted, and she picked grapes. And so she had some grapes for lunch, and that's literally the only thing she ate, but so it goes. So, yeah, that's been our day. But as far as reading goes, I'm reading Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bellafleur, and I'm buddy reading this with Dana. And so far, I'm really liking it. I think I'm like a third of the way through, maybe. And this is about 2 women who start fake dating. One because their brother won't like get off their back, and then the other because she's just kind of trying to please her family. So they start fake dating, and they could not be more opposite. One is like this highbrow, fancy pants, and the other is like, give me boxed wine, I'm good. And the one who likes the boxed wine is into astrology and dating apps and that kind of stuff. And the other one, she is very reserved, and we find out why, of course, and all of that. But anyway, the 2 start fake dating, and as it always happens, like, you know, feelings evolve. But I'm really liking this. Like, from the first page, I think the first line, I messaged Dana and was like, can we just talk about how great this first line is? It says, there was only so much chafing a girl could handle, and Elle Jones had reached her limit. And it's funny. Like, I have laughed out loud multiple times in this book, and so far I'm just loving it. So I think it's really fun to think about just the differences in people and how you kind of come to the middle, and how you can kind of see yourself growing and changing based on the people you interact with. And I think one thing that the author did really well in this is, I don't think I can say I'm Elle or I'm Darcy. I think I relate really hard to a lot of different things about both of them. And I feel like that is a great way to get like investment and tie-in and stuff, is we're not like really empathizing with one or over the other. We are really, or I at least am really enjoying both of them. So there's also a lot of talks of like BuzzFeed quizzes and stuff, which I just think is funny because I am addicted to BuzzFeed quizzes and I love them. And so far, I'm just really, really enjoying this. So that's what I'm reading. I am going to close out this vlog here because it's Thursday. And so this weekend we don't have a whole lot going on really at all. But I'm hoping that means good reading. I think the weather's supposed to be nicer. Secret, I bought Ainsley a kite and she's been really excited to fly a kite. So if we get that done, I will show you. But that's about it. So stay tuned to the next vlog to see my final thoughts on Written with the Stars, and I hope you had a wonderful week. Tell me what was the best part of your week, reading-wise, life-wise, whatever. You just tell me what was the best part of your week. I hope it was a great one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.